Hi guys, welcome to the Spill and Grill.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Tashinga.
And this is where you spill the stories.
And we grill them to perfection.
Okay guys, let's get started with the stories. I have a story that somebody submitted to me. So I'm not going to say her name for privacy reasons, but thank you so much for this story. It is awesome. So let's get to it. My dad owned a bail bonding company. After I married husband 2.0, he went to work for my dad and I stayed home. He went to court one day and, of course, out to lunch, and I was at home with the kids. My laptop was updating or something, so I used his to check my email. This was 20 years ago. And as I was checking, his IM popped up with, "Hey, sexy, what are you doing?" I replied, "Eating." And she said, "Oh, eating what?" Whoa. As my blood pressure rose, I said, "No, a sandwich." Well, she then proceeded to get trashy, and I stopped her and I said, "Let me guess, you think I'm so-and-so." I could feel her blushing as she typed an apology. At that point, I typed, "Well, I'm his wife." A long pause later, she replied with, "But you're..." After I picked my jaw off the floor, I told her, "Nope, I'm very much alive and very pissed." She went on to tell me and sent me screenshots where he claimed I was dead and he owned my dad's company and his property and that he was raising our son alone. I had his bags packed and on the front porch before he got home.
Amen! What?
Yep.
The lies.
Can you believe that? Just to get another girl in bed. The lies. So,
"My wife died. Poor me. I'm raising our boy all by herself.
and then for extra measure,
But I inherited her father's company and I own property."
Honestly, like the more and more like we do this podcast and read these stories, like people, I just don't understand what goes through the lies, like the flat out lies, like saying someone is dead
right?
is not funny, yeah?
No, not at all.
And it's your wife.
And it's so
it
manipulating.
really is. Like he's doing this whole sob story, woe is me, feel sorry for me, really to get someone in bed.
Yeah, that's it. That was it. And you know that this wasn't even like a love story affair because he's lying to her.
Completely. And he's lying really badly. Like morally, like this is wrong on so many levels.
That is like such an insult to this woman. Like she's at home with your kids and you are talking about her like she's dead, saying that she's dead, you know? And you work for her father. Her dad gave you a job, a good job. And you go around messing around with other women and telling them that your wife is dead and that you're a single father. That's below low.
It is, for sure. You're disgusting. I just can't believe the lies. Like, why go to that level? Really? To sleep with someone? Really? Like, come on.
I know.
It's such a new low.
Like I know guys that have said, they've actually said like I tell the girl what she wants. Like I say what I need to say to get her in bed. Now, I don't agree with that, okay? No. However, you don't need to say this. There are other ways, other lies even to get a girl into bed than to say, "Hey, my wife died."
Can you imagine? Like she's like, "Sorry, I thought you were dead," and she's like, "No, I'm very much alive." As the wife, I'd be like, "Excuse me."
Yeah, imagine the poor woman on the other side, though, to realize that she had been completely duped.
Horrible.
I think these women, because she does say, like, I picked my jaw off the floor. Like, I think both these women had their jaw on the floor. And both of us had our jaw on the floor.
Like, what the actual fuck? Like, they've both been played.
Oh, shame on you, sir. Absolutely awful. This must be some narcissist or sociopath because no person in the right mind can do this.
No, and then to go add, oh yeah, I inherited the company. It's like, really? to be like, I'm a single dad, but don't worry, I've got money.
Yeah.
I've got money. I can take you places.
The manipulation is
quite
like
another level.
Is
a
10 on 10 here. Oh, so disgusting. You know what? I'm glad she got rid of him. I'm glad that she had his bags packed and on the porch that day. Good for you. And she did write to me afterwards because I did reply to her. And she did say, on a more positive note, I did wind up marrying a wonderful man in 2011 who took his vows as seriously as I did and has been the most wonderful husband.
Yay! I love this. A positive turnout.
Exactly. So congratulations to you with the new marriage. I mean, it was from 2011, but congratulations to that. And if you say that he's the most wonderful husband, then we are so happy for you. Because obviously after that, you deserve it. You deserve a man who takes his vows seriously. I love that she said that.
Me too. Absolutely.
Because that's what your vows are for. They're not just stupid words.
And to that other man... But for real, I keep... Oh, got a bit excited. But for real, like, I keep saying it, but it's funny how this turned out very well for her.
Yeah.
But I'm sure for the other guy, no.
I hope he's miserable. For this woman, I wish you all the best because that is clearly what you deserve. And for him, I'll just say this. I wish you your karma.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it.
You'll get it, or you're probably getting it. But to lie about someone's... And it's your wife.
The mother of your children...
He will get karma bad.
Oh, yeah.
That's
if it hasn't hit him yet, it will.
So you can manipulate all you want, but you will get it back to you times 10. Like, do people not realize this? Like, what goes around comes around. Justin Timberlake said it. Well.
Exactly.
Just like to point that out there.
And one thing that Tashinga likes to say, which I really love, is karma has everyone's address. I love that saying because it does. Sometimes karma's a little late, okay? She takes her time, but she gets there.
And when she gets there...
Oh my.
It really does have everyone's address. And you're not exempt. I mean, you have to be, like, honestly, of a certain mental capacity to be even saying shit like this.
Yeah.
But for real?
That's such a terrible thing to say.
It really is. It
and
really is.
You didn't just, like... You weren't just being awful to one woman who was your wife, but you were being awful to two women at the same time. Oh
disgusting.
My God.
Absolutely disgusting, vile, obnoxious, disappointing.
Yeah, disappointing to say the least. Like, I mean, that doesn't even cover it.
No, it doesn't. But really, is this what people do nowadays just to have sex, to get sex, to get laid?
The whole I'm a widow and single father thing is, it's really gross. It's, awful.
No, I can't. I cannot believe people like this exist in the world. It's embarrassing.
You know what? I think it sucks. And yes, it must have been shocking and hurtful at that time. But I'm so glad that you got rid of him because those steps that you took to kick him out that night, that led you to where you are today with your wonderful husband. So, you know what?
Lining.
Good riddance to him. And I hope your ex-husband's miserable. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. I hope he's miserable and alone and he regrets everything that he's done to you or anybody else.
I mean, to say someone is not even just someone. Your wife.
Your wife. The mother of your child or your children.
Of your son. Like, really?
Oh my God, how could you do that?
You just don't do that. You just don't do that. That's
not okay in the least bit. No. In what world would you think that's an okay thing to do? Who was your mother, sir? Who raised you? I think we're going to rename the podcast to Who Raised You? Because seriously, she did not teach you well. Or maybe your father didn't teach you well. But that is not how you act with other people and with women. That is not how you treat women. Absolutely horrible. Exactly. Were you raised by Trump? Is that who your father is?
Maybe. And also, what example is he setting for his son? Right? Because these are the examples he's going to see of.
Right?
His father.
Yeah, there is somebody in this world that calls you dad. Do you understand that should not, that should encourage you to be a better man, to be a better person?
I don't think he cares.
But that's what parenting is supposed to do to you.
I understand, but if he's crazy enough to say his wife is dead, I don't think he cares what parenting skills he does or does not have.
Clearly not. Oh my God.
Adios. But happy
Goodbye.
ending for her.
Yes, happy ending for you, and you deserve it. So, congratulations, girl. And yeah, all right. Whew, let's move on to the next story because this one's a good one too.
Okay, are we ready? When I was 16, I caught my stepdad cheating on my mum. By the time I was 17, he was already remarried to that woman. I worked at the only decent grocery store in town, and my managers thought I was an angel. They came in one day and my line was empty, but they decided to wait for someone else. So fine, I went to bag their items. I obliterated their 2-liter sodas, crushed their eggs and their bread, all while mocking them. They complained and the supervisor just said, "That doesn't sound like her at all."
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Girl, you had your mom's back.
Absolutely, too right.
I love that. Yes, you see, karma right here. And that's a gentle
Sure.
karma because he deserved probably worse than that.
No, I agree, but how funny. Like, what are the chances that they go into that grocery store and she was just like, "I'm doing it.
I am going to ruin your soda.
Exactly.
Crush your eggs, literally. And what else you say? And
The
squish
bread
the
as
bread.
well.
Yeah. Good.
Like, squish
That
it
is the very least of what they deserve. So good. I am so happy that you got the chance to do that. You must have felt so empowered.
Exactly.
And I love the fact that you were so well respected at work that the managers didn't believe them.
That's really funny, actually. That even, like, makes it even more funnier, I think.
Yeah,
Because
I
they're
love
just like, "That doesn't sound like her at all.
Yeah,
Sounds like
'cause-
a crazy person."
Yeah, she was able to like get away with it. I love it.
But can you imagine their faces when she was crushing the eggs and the...
Yeah.
I would have also been like, oh my god, let her do it, you know?
Right, I wouldn't have had like the audacity to go and like complain to the manager.
No,
Like I'd
no.
understand why. Okay, she's ruining our food because, well, I broke up a happy home. So yeah, you know?
Oh, just seeing them come into the grocery store, like, with
my
the
God.
woman.
He was married to her a year later. Like he didn't even take a beat, you know?
No, he didn't. He absolutely did. And the way she's like, that's the only decent grocery store, so it was gonna happen, it
Yeah,
sounds
yeah.
like. You know what I mean? It was gonna happen, but really good for her.
Your mom must be so proud of you.
Yeah, but I think also in those type of moments, like, we don't know what will come over us, like what kind of
Yeah.
rage we will come up with. And to be honest, she could have done worse. Like,
Yeah.
she did nothing, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
squish some bread.
Yeah.
They can go to another grocery store and buy some more bread. So they got out easy. But she went in, and like you said, she did it for her mum. Good
Yeah,
for
I
her.
love that. Going back to like who raised you, you were raised right, girl. You were raised by an amazing woman to turn out like that. I love it. I'm sure you went home and told your mom, and she must have been so happy that you had her back. And like, good for you, as we all should if that happens to our moms, right?
Exactly, yeah. And if that was his karma, that's nothing. You know
Oh,
what
yeah.
I mean?
Oh no, that's just
Some
karma
squashed
getting
eggs.
started.
I agree. Yeah.
Scratching the surface. Oh my god. And if he can cheat on the mum, he can cheat on his new wife too.
Absolutely. That's the thing. Like, I hope she knows that.
I love your reaction. I love that you did that. They deserved it. And yeah, I mean, and I hope your mom moved on, and I hope she found someone better because she deserves it.
I'm sure she did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, those were some crazy cheating stories, but
Exactly.
with some redemption in the end, some happy endings. I love it. We don't
Amen.
always have happy endings in our
We
stories.
don't. No, totally.
So I'm glad that these, you know, they kind of came full circle.
It's about damn time.
Right.
For 2025, please.
Exactly.
As always, guys, if you have any fun, crazy, good or bad dating stories, we will leave the email down below on the screen. Remember, we are not professionals. We don't have degrees in this stuff. We are not dating coaches, therapists, psychotherapists,
Nothing.
all the things above.
I know I like to say things like, oh, this is narcissistic behavior, or this guy sounds like a psychopath, but that's just us talking. We are not professionals in any way. We are just two girls. We like to talk. We like to vent. We like to share stories.
Yeah.
And we just want to remind everybody that you're not alone. These things happen to everybody. And that's why we like to share them.
Exactly. So, as always, guys, if you are watching us on YouTube, thank you for watching the Spill and Grill podcast. And if you are listening on Spotify, thank you very much for listening to the Spill and Grill podcast. I am Tishinga.
And I'm Sarah.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.